welcome to the Tavern Chat podcast. I'm your host, Eric Tenkar, your bartender in the OSR, your main proprietor at the Tenkar's Tavern blog. I don't know if you can hear this purr machine. This purr machine is sitting on my desk. My feline daughter, Ashley. So, if you hear that in the background, at least you know where it's coming from. It's not the Dotson this time. Go figures. So, got some voicemails. I would have gotten to them yesterday, but I got sidetracked. And it's been a busy couple of days. My niece Shannon's been over. She was over Thanksgiving. Stayed Thanksgiving night. Yesterday, stayed last night. And she just left about 15 minutes ago as I'm recording this. So she left around 6:30 in the evening. So I had a beautiful time. Rich and I are fucking exhausted. She's all auntie and uncle all the time. All right, let me catch my breath. I got a voicemail from Joe, the lawyer. And I got another one coming up after that one. So here's Joe. Oh, no, wait, it isn't Joe. Oh, my God. Who am I sounding like now? Sorry, I told you, man, my brain is fried. No, I got one from Glenn Hallstrom. Oh, Glenn, Joe, nothing alike. Holy fuck. All right, old man Grognard, I'm going to give you your platform.
Hi, Eric. Old man Grognard here. Playing catch up with your show and all the other podcasts because of the stage show I'm doing. But listening to your episode about Targa, I don't even remember Targa, but, I guess they had some noble ideas. I often think that I see these organizations. I saw another one a few years ago where they're trying to organize the OSR kind of like the RPGA, which I wouldn't mind having, but you're right. It's kind of hard to categorize, and I don't know if it's really doable or not. So, you can take that for what it is, but I guess I'll just keep trying. Anyway, I will talk to you later, old man Eric. So, bye-bye.
Yeah, Glenn, I thought the Target episode was going to be interesting. It's a piece of gaming history, especially OSR history. And I figured with some of the background noise that is going on now about influencers and logos and all this other bullshit, that it would be an interesting look back at an attempt to steer the OSR. I'm not going to say control it, but try to harness it, try to take this wild stallion and make it into a civilized horse. And I don't think that's possible. I really don't. The OSR is made up of many parts. Like I said, it's a Venn diagram with many, many circles that don't interact but are still encircled by the larger OSR circle. And I think that's the beauty of it. I think that's the strength of it. And it's never going to be homogenized. So take that for what you will. The other voicemail, again, not from Joe the lawyer. Smack me. Spike Pit. And it's talking about some of the sales that I dug up for the holidays. So we'll take a listen.
Hello, Eric. It's Colin, Spike Pit. Just calling in to say thanks for doing the legwork regarding finding out about them Black Friday sales and all that other sort of researchy and market-related stuff that you do. I find it really handy because I'm terrible at that sort of looking around at things. I never do it, and I kind of find it a bit tedious, and I'll get distracted and go down all sorts of rabbit holes. But when I listen to you talk about it, I pick out a few key things, like you mentioned Goodman Games, and there's a few things I've been wanting to pick up for a while, like their chain coffin and purple planet. So, yeah, thanks for reminding me about that. And I really look forward to hearing what you and Joe do. If you go to the boozer and have a few jars, that'd be great. Catch you later, man.
Thank you. Really, I mean, Colin, it does take some effort to track some of this stuff down. Some of it's obvious. Some people send me stuff. Some of it you got to dig. You know, listen, everybody wants to save a buck, legitimately, and I'm not talking about piracy and that other shit. But I'm talking about legitimately. If there's a sale, if you can get something that you want on sale, wouldn't you rather save a little money? I would. Shit, man, I worked retail for 8.5 years in my 20s. And when I say I worked retail, for a period of time, I sold electronics, TVs, stereos, service contracts. Yes, I was one of those fucks. I had a soul, which is probably why I didn't stay in that for my whole 8.5 years. But is what it is. Again, yeah. I hope everybody's enjoying that, and I'll probably put up another post. I know there's a Lulu coupon code. I'll try to get that up, and maybe one or two other things. So, I wanted to hit on news today, and or at least news that I found today. I guess you can't really call that absolute news because it does mean that somebody other than myself could have found it, right? One thing the news that I'm looking at today is Gygax Games. You know what? They finally have a website, and they stress that Paul Stromberg is cataloging. But see, I'm burned out. I need out. This is no alcohol in my system. Imagine if there was alcohol in my system, man. This would be really fucked up. Paul Stormberg is cataloging all of Gary's unpublished intellectual property. So that's pretty much all the website says. Think about that. When Gygax Games was commented on, right? When people went, holy crap, does it Gygax Games? Because, the last time was a Fig announcement. And Fig is a crowdsource or crowdfunding platform for video games. And they were going to, basically give money to Gale. Well, Alex technically runs Gygax Games, but it's owned by the trust, so it is owned by Gale. And now the announcement that Fig was going to work with Gygax Games to usher in new video games on the IP was interesting, but became even more interesting, not just for the lack of having a website up when they made this fucking announcement. When the Transformers producer that Gale made a deal with a year prior, or 2 years prior. What was it, 2017, 2016? Does it really matter? DeSanto decided to sue Gale. Now, Gale's response to being sued was the same shit she pulled on me. How can you be attacking a little old lady, this ancient woman? She's in her 60s, right? I mean, I'm in my 50s. That 60s ain't ancient. This ill, frail woman, you're going to take my house from me. And she accused me of how can you be saying such nasty things about the Gygax Memorial Fund? Don't you know I'm a sick, frail woman? I'm so old. I'm so sick. Enough of this shit. All right? But somebody was nice enough to link to me Uh, a Facebook post from Alex Gygax, a week ago, the 17th. Today is the 24th, I believe, right? Yes. So from last Saturday, Alex Gygax. I'm excited to announce I'm teaming up with Sentient Play and a bunch of talented folks to work on a new RPG video game with an old school feel. Enter the world's deadliest competition, 30 days to conquer a labyrinth designed to kill you, filled with monsters, traps, and ruthless competitors. Your skills and equipment are all that stands between you and sudden death as you move from encounter to encounter, finding your own unique solution to each through wits or force. Striving to survive and gain enough experience, skills, and equipment to become the hero of Death Trap Dungeon. Now, isn't Death Trap Dungeon a Tunnels and Trolls adventure? So, I could be wrong. Yeah, I could be. I'm just thinking of it as I'm reading it now, because I'm thinking, yeah, I thought it was a Tunnels and Trolls adventure. But in any case, the video game is funding on fig.co. Now, again, that is the funding ground of whatchamacallit, for video games. This is the one that Gail is being sued for having her little poorly done deal with. In any case, it's already halfway toward its goal. Pledge today to support success and spread the word of any fellow role-playing fans you know. Back it here today. Now, I don't see where it says it's using the Gygax IP. That being said, it has a goal of 200,000, and it's raised over 121,000 with 24 days, almost 25 days to go. Holy shit! So what is Alex getting from this? I mean, I don't see how it's using. All right, Death Trap Dungeon was Ian Livingston's Death Trap Dungeon, so that would have been Fighting Fantasy. All right, I guess. So it's going to be based on the game books, I guess. Oh, here we go. Sentient Play is teaming up with Ian and Lian and a super team of both the usual suspects and gaming industry talent, and the unexpected, like Gygax, son of D&D's co-creator Gary Gygax, in a group quest to bring you the most convenient way to experience the very best parts of old school role playing. So, yes, Alex is involved in it. It doesn't look like any of his father's IP is involved in it. So I guess that would mean that this isn't going to be subject to the lawsuit. Interesting. You see? I found you some interesting news on the holiday weekend. So yeah, you can look that up on Fig. Woohoo! I'm not going to give you the link because the link is just too goddamn long. Just go to fig.co and look for Death Trap Dungeon. All right, folks. That's news for today. Good old Uncle Tankar over here. I think Uncle Tankar is going to have a little wine after this, and then mindlessly watch TV till I pass out. Because I am tired. I am tired. Thank you for listening. Thank you for supporting. As a side note, the Tavern's Facebook community kicked off pretty much just about 3 years ago. Why? Because of Gail Gygax and Gygax Memorial Fund bullshit. Interesting times. Stay safe. Stay well. God bless. Roll your dice, wherever you need to roll them. And I will talk with you all tomorrow. Later. Bye now.